Yes, 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 yes. CrossYaas podcast with Giselle, Mirasol, and Billy.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to the CrossYaas podcast, a podcast that says yas, cross-dressing, sexuality, and gender. I'm your trans woman host, Billy. Um, and today's special guest is Kenzi, or Ms. Kenzi if you're nasty, or so I hear. I don't know.
I'm nasty.
Ms. Kenzi has been a long-time listener of the podcast and couple-time contributor. Just recently was a part of the most recent roundtable discussion of an event that I was part of half of it, but it was a pretty good half, I think. Um, but anyway, enough. I don't know why I'm talking because today's special guest, like I said, is Kenzi. So Kenzi, if you would not mind introducing yourself more than I've already have, that would be fantastic.
All right. Hi, I'm Kenzi, trans
Howdy.
woman, trans woman participant, longtime participant in this podcast and all things surrounding it.
Cool.
Do any more?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've been listening to the podcast for a long time. How long have you been listening?
For way too long. We'll see. We'll get into that, but it predates COVID, that's for sure.
Oh,
And I think that's right around kind of like the first handful of episodes that Giselle did. And it most certainly piqued my interest because at that point I was so very curious about all things, trying to figure out what was happening in this brain right over here.
I don't know. What was in your brain back then? How did you find the podcast?
Okay, let's see. So, I have been an avid listener of podcasts for many years, and I had a 40-mile commute each way out of these mountains into Silicon Valley. Hey yo, I'm from NorCal. I'm somewhat near Silicon Valley. Um, and I still had to work. I had to drive every day, like 40 miles each way. And I needed stuff to listen to. I had audiobooks and whatnot. And I was like, I cannot stop this compulsion to dress up and just feel the feelings. The pink haze was taking over me. And I go, I need to figure out like why. By the way, I'm ADHD and autistic. Hooray! I found that out way later. But that might have driven some of my compulsions to figure out what the heck's happening up in this here cranium. And I was like, so why do I keep just, I just want to like wear dresses and be girly. And, like I have a stockpile of skirts. Like, who does that? And I thought nothing of it. I thought, normal people, most people want to do this. Like, why not? Right? Why not? Um, turns
Why
out that's
not?
not necessarily true. But I was searching around on the podcast index, podcasting 2.0, whoop, um, and I found this one of very few about cross dressing because at that point, yeah, going back, I was very much in the mindset, oh no, I'm a cross dresser. Like, I didn't even know what that word was. I would just do the thing. I didn't know what it was, let alone know what, being trans was or anything. Because, yeah, reasons. Um, so I listened to every single one a couple times to get caught up. And then, like, every day as I drove to work and from work, I would listen to Giselle talk about all her crazy stories. And it resonated. And, jeez, there was just so much about it that connected with me. And I'm like, okay, I'm following this. I was a lurker for a very long time of the podcast and also the Discord. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how it all started. I don't want to go like too far back in time yet, but like that was kind of the beginning, like 2019 era, like COVID most definitely played a role in it, and I've heard so many people's stories that COVID for sure played a role in things because being at home all the time, they gotta dress up and have fun. Mine was slightly before then, although it very much goes back to like infancy, if you
Well,
will.
let's go there. Let's go there.
No, let's do the
Yeah.
cross-dressing phase first, and then I'll go
Mhm.
back. 'Cause that's more
Okay, sure.
fun.
Sure.
That's more fun. So it goes like this. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on in my head, and searching for like information and podcasts and websites and yada yada, and I find the CrossYaas, and I go, oh my gosh, there's people that just like to cross dress, and I'm like, that's me. I just love to put on the clothes, and I feel good. It feels great, and everybody's happy, except for my wife. She was happy at first. Um, not so much later on. But yeah, gosh, this spans so many years. It's kind of hard to boil it down into something that I can just like say quickly. I don't know how to like shrink it down. Honestly, it was a very long journey, and I'll say this much. Um, Everybody else that has been on this podcast that has shared their story, I just want to thank you so fucking much because I listened raptly to every single one. I promise. No fucking joke. And I took it all in. I took in all the information because my ADHD brain needs. I'm just like a sponge. I'm soaking in all the info. I need to know. And Billy, you saw me in the Discord just trying to figure out what the heck was going on. I didn't straight out say it, but you could tell my ADHD was just hyper focusing on like I need to learn all of the information there
Hmm.
possibly is about you know brain chemistry and what gender has to do with DNA and like
You
everything.
would hyper focus on like one very specific point
It was
or
nuts.
result or something.
Yeah, and I would find new info and I go, hey, what about this? And then we would talk about it, which was fantastic because it was a large group of people. We'd discuss, and it was great. So it's been a really good resource, not just for like learning info, but sharing info and debating info, and just kind of trying to figure stuff out. And then really, there was a point when that information became incontrovertible. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm trans. So look, I can get to that. Are you ready for this fun? This has to do with Alexis.
Ooh, okay.
I love to blame Alexis for this, which is fun
Mhm.
because I'm not really blaming her, but I like to say that because it's cheeky.
You already
So
said it, so you're blaming her.
exactly, I am blaming Alexis, and
It's
that's
all your
totally
fault,
fine.
Alexis. You hear that?
I hope she does. Hey, girl. so 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 here's how it happened. I was I was going to a conference in Las Vegas, a hacker conference. I work in tech, one of those neurodivergent nerds. And I just managed to schedule a spare day between visiting family and being in Vegas for the conference where I had absolutely nothing to do. Oh no, what am I going to do? Well, I took Alexis's advice and I went to a makeover artist that specializes in, male to female kind of makeovers. And I went, I went. It was bloody amazing. The place is called Just You, I think. Anyway, highly recommended. And although Alexis and I didn't quite make it to visit each other in the same time in the same place, I was like right behind her. She had gone the day before or something, and
Hmm.
that day what does somebody that feels like $1 million do? Somebody that their idea of feeling like $1 million do, even though that person's kind of like a punk rock or outcast, kind of on the fringes of society, kind of do. Yeah, I went to the punk rock museum,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
treated like a fucking queen. It was
Nice.
great. Um,
Queen
and then I got,
Ms. Kenzie.
and then I got hit on by this really weird guy. Anyway, not. Anyway, back to the hotel.
What was weird about him? What was weird?
He was just creepy. Like that was the
Um,
first creepy guy doing things. And I thought I don't have to worry about this because no need to worry. But yeah, I fucking love that day. I love that day. I oh my gosh, the way I felt. I looked in the mirror and I saw myself and I was just like why wasn't I born like this? Like I should have been this is me right here. And I knew that it was the end of the day. It was the day before my conference, and I had to go get up really early to go get tickets the next morning. And I was afraid of washing it off, and I washed it off, and I totally broke. And that is how my egg cracked. Oh boy, was that fun! That led to just so much depression and unfun stuff. But it shook loose a lot of things in my head that I did not necessarily know that were there. And so that brings me way back to childhood. So I can go into that
let's
fun
go
part.
there.
This is where we do the flashback. We
Oh,
go way
okay,
back.
okay. I'm not. I just wasn't seeing the vision.
Here's the vision. Here's the storyline. I find the podcast. My egg cracks, and then I realize it's been with me my entire freaking life. And that's something I did not realize. So going way back, I remember being like 4 or 5 years old, and I know the year because we had moved when my little sister was born. Anyway, I got caught in my older sister's closet wearing her purple velour pajamas because they were
Mm.
fucking cute, and I was made fun of mercilessly. Um, well until after my kid was born and married. My now ex-wife, she remembers hearing it a bunch. So if anybody wants to know where the guilt and shame comes from, it's a real deal. It's really there. It happens. So, any hoot, I dislodged all these memories about being a kid and doing all these crazy things. Turns out that I, you know, I didn't, I didn't just enjoy cross dressing after I got married. Now that's a fun part, so let's jump up to that. So we're gonna fast forward to being married, and we'll uncover some more of the other young stuff later, right? So backing
Like
up,
this is like an investigation where you gotta
it
keep all your red
is,
strings together.
it is, yes. I have lots of yarn and lots of pins and lots of pictures. Okay, so it goes like this. Um, so yeah, when I went to Vegas and did the whole makeover thing, I was married with a kid. I think he was like 15 at the time. I had been married for 14 years or something. Um, Everybody was happy crappy. Everything was fantastic. Um, and then let's go way back to closer to the beginning of my marriage. By the way, I was married for just about 18 years before it ended. I'm divorced now. Um, we're both happy. We both talk. We are amicable. It's fantastic. We're friends. We talked earlier tonight on the phone. Had a fun time. Um, so going back, early, er, in the marriage, there were romantic times, and one of the times came up with like, "Hey, you should put on my bra," and I was like, "Oh no,
Darn.
okay." do it. I'm gonna feel terrible. Go ahead, strap me in because I can't reach back there and do it. Yeah, no, darn. And I had to pretend to totally be emasculated, and I was like, I fucking love this.
Quit
So
it. Don't stop.
I know. It's like, no, don't. Why you gotta make me feel like this? Now do that. You know? So, so that was part of the fun. I did not realize just how kind of twisted that was and, until later. I was like, oh, that may have meant something. But yeah, no, that went on for like years, and it was fun. We had fun. We got to kind of role play, and we had some fun doing things, and until the role playing became more like, she was like, again, like, could you just like not? And I was like, what do you mean? No, this is my role for sure. I get to be the woman. And she's like, yeah, no, could you just like be like the guy that I married? No.
No, you can't.
So the fun became unfun. Um, Now, long story short, there were a lot of other things that happened, and in the end, um, we decided to part ways. That it was kind of related to transition stuff, but it wasn't necessarily because of it. So, to be fair, things were kind of rocky, and I didn't want to like commit to anything until things were kind of more like either really good or bad, and they were bad. So we realized we weren't good for each other. So I had to kind of call it quits. But the good news was that yearning in the back of my head that I could never stop. There was just the pink haze. The pink haze. Do you know about the pink haze?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the pink haze. You just can't stop. It's just like, I gotta be girly. Um, I could not stop it. It got so bad. You want to talk about addiction? That's an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the point where I was like, if I had a day off of work or if I worked from home, like my wife would come in. Literally, this dress that I stole from her, it's a black and white thing. Yeah, I'd be sitting in it, on the couch having fun. I'd be sitting in the dress, just chilling, and she'd go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm working." She goes, "Yeah, but like, why are you in, why are you in Kenzi mode?" There's a story there about that. I was like, "Cause I feel like it. Cause it feels good. Like what? Like what's the problem? What's the deal?" She goes, "Um, I thought that was just for like you and me time." I'm like, "It feels good. And I'm gonna do it now. Like what's wrong with that?" So if I can ADD a little bit, I got my name because of her, because of that. And that's where it gets really fun. So there's a show called Lost Girl, and there's this kind of like punker kind of goth girl with fun hair colors and all that fun like great stuff. Um, she's got all the outfits. I fucking watched that show. I did not give a shit about the show. I just loved watching her and seeing the outfits and everything she was dressed in, and I was just like, why can't that be me? Why can't that be me? I want that outfit. I want this. I want that. I want everything about it. And so I more or less try to kind of emulate it, and like, and so it became a thing where my ex-wife would say, "Oh, you gonna have some Kenzie time? You gonna have some Kenzie time?" Well, guess what? My legal name is now Mackenzie, so I'm a 24/7 Mackenzie time. Woo!
Always Mackenzie
I
time.
am all Mackenzie time. I'm Kenzie nonstop.
It's Ms. Kenzie o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Ms. Kenzie 30.
Okay. I remember saying out loud that I was getting distracted by ADHD and I thought I could come back. What the heck was I talking about before? Did you forget? Because I did. And I straight up said it too. I was like, okay, I'm going to get off topic. It was the name thing. Let's go back.
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
she would
ADHD is just
okay,
as
let's go
bad.
back. Let's go back. She would say that I was like doing it too much and like for whatever reason, and I said
You're
I felt relaxed. I felt relaxed. I felt so just comfortable. I would put this on and I would like I'd sit at the couch and I had my laptop and I would just work and I felt good. I felt calm. I felt normal and I went, this feels so good. My wife and kid went on vacation somewhere without me for like a week, a little over a week. And yeah, they left and I made a little promise in my head. I go, I'm gonna wear nothing but feminine clothing the entire time. With,
wow.
with the intent that I would wear it out and I wouldn't want to afterwards,
How did
thinking
that work out?
that I could I wear that shit out, bitch. There was nothing left. Yeah, no. The day they came back, I did it 100%, absolutely, as anyone could have guessed. But the day they came back, as it turns out, I was really freaking sad that I had to put guy clothes back on. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, I didn't wear this out. Like, I can't wear this out. There's something there. Um, yeah,
If
so
anything, you just fan the fire.
I did. As it turns out, when you kind of stumble upon something that's more you than you, yeah, you do. Um, so yeah, like that's kind of how it started, and that's kind of how it escalated, and it got to the point where she was just like, "Look, you need to stop." And I'm like, "It makes me happy. It makes me calm. It makes me." She goes, "You need to look into that." And I go, "What?" And then she called me a cross dresser. I had
Mm.
never even heard that word before. Talk about living a sheltered life, right? Um,
How
so
did
I
it
like
make you feel being called a crossdresser?
it felt really weird because I didn't know really entirely what it meant, and just being called something that I didn't know felt really weird. Like, oh, I'm a crossdresser, and then I read up on it and I went, oh yeah, no, that's me. Yeah, I'm a crossdresser. Yeah, I'm a crossdresser, bitch. Woo! I'm a crossdresser, which is fantastic. And so then, of course, I go online, I start searching around, I learn stuff. Um, as it turns out, right around that time, um, my favorite band, the lead singer, who's also the bassist, just decides to go to punk shows dressed in dresses. Like it's no big deal. And people are like, wait, what? Oh, but he's punk. It's okay. And I went, wait, punks can wear dresses? Like, okay, I'm good with this. I can do this. And he even released a line of very sexy slip dresses for men. I put quotes around it because I bought one back then, and now I get to be a woman, and I still wear it. It's freaking lovely, and you saw me in it
Does it fit better now or before
before.
hormones?
Honestly, if it's better before,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't ready for these, but that's
That's
okay.
why it's for men.
I know. I'm so not worried about it. I still love it. I still wear it all the freaking time. Um,
That's what you get for having big ass tits.
I know. You know what? My body took the meds and it ran with them. Okay, so where were we? We were here. I'm kind of going like this. I'm kind of going like future, last few years, a couple years back, forward a few years.
You're talking about Fat Mike.
That's right. Yeah, see? I didn't even say his name. You know Fat Mike
Yeah.
from NoFX.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Gigi, who also likes NoFX. Um, yeah, no, for sure. So that was freaking amazing. And I bought that dress. It was a gift to me from me with the blessing of the wife. And I thought, like, that's no big deal. Like why not? Why can't I have a dress? It's pretty. Um, turns out it was a quite meaningful step. Um, so after the whole egg cracking thing in Vegas, here's where we get to go back, way, way back. and I dislodged a shit ton of things out of my brain that I was completely unaware of. I used to think, oh, people repress memories? Like, how could you possibly? It's your own brain. Just dig inside there and extract the memories, because I thought like a computer, because I'm a techie nerd. Um, but I remember being like 4 and sneaking into my sister's closet and trying on her like pink and purple like pajamas and stuff. I remember being a little bit older and just doing like that. I remember I was at like a family and friend party. Oh my gosh. I snuck into Jennifer's closet and tried on her snow boots. Oh my gosh. They were like white boots with like fuzz around them.
Cute.
I didn't think anything of that. So this was probably 8, 9, or 10. Um, I remembered, and this took a while, being 15 or 16, and I spent the night at my friend's house, and he and his family, like, they had to get up early to go to church, and they just, like, they knew me, so they just left me because I slept in, because we were up all night, because that's what teenagers do. Oh, sorry, Steve, but, I've ransacked your sister's closet, and I tried on so many dresses. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
I
Steve. Sorry,
I
Steve's sister.
I clearly remember this one dress. Oh my gosh. And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was weird, which is the funniest part. Like it was like it was more than a compulsion. It was crazy.
Isn't it weird how
But,
that works? How you
but
don't
not
feel
crazy.
you're doing all this stuff and it doesn't feel bad.
It doesn't feel bad. It felt good. It felt relaxing. It felt normal. It felt like this is how I was supposed to be. Like this was what life was supposed to have given me, and it didn't. So I have to make up for it by myself on my own. And yeah, it was tough. Um, jeez, yeah. I have actually even been so I have transitioned medically for in a couple weeks it'll be 2 years, and yes, um, I'm still dislodging memories that I have totally forgotten about, and it's kind of wild to me that I can forget about these. Like my brain purposefully puts them in the background and does not allow me to access them, which is wild because I'm a techie. I understand computers, and computers can access any piece of RAM they want whenever they need to. And yet, here I am. I'm the administrator of my own body, and I cannot access the RAM in certain parts of my brain. And it causes problems. So, oh no, it says trying to reconnect. Are you there?
Did I
Uh
lose
oh.
you?
Uh oh. Uh oh. It's frozen. It's frozen. Are you
Oh,
there?
there you are. There you are.
Hi. Oh, I don't know how
Hi.
much we recorded, but we got frozen
Oh,
for a
you froze
bit.
again. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard. I can hear you saying I froze again. Okay.
Now
Where,
you're
where,
good. Now you're good.
where did I leave off? It's a lot, huh?
Let's see. We're fucking terrible. I'm so bad. Um, my short-term memory is so terrible.
Well, then just watch this. This was me dancing with Sophie the other day.
Um,
Shh! Don't tell her. Oh, she knows.
so you're like you think you're the administrator of your brain, of your self's computer, but really you're just the GUI.
I'm just the user, and there's a virus, and it won't tell me all the things I need to know. I guess it's kind of a good. Okay, that's a bad metaphor, but good enough for the sakes of this. Yes. Okay. What's next? Where are we at?
Maybe you should check the code. Maybe there's some comments.
I have it checked into GitHub, and I'd rather put it in GitLab and use the AI stuff there. But yeah, by the way, I'm in tech, so I use all that crap all the time. So hence the related crap. It's gonna be nonstop. And if anybody needs an infrastructure administrator, you go ahead and hire me. Let me know.
Oh, we got a
Jobless for several months.
classifieds going on right now. Let's
Just
go. Would you
just
like to
don't
hire
hire me
Kenzi?
yet because I just got myself a free ride to Burning Man.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, yeah.
I hear not only are you getting a ride at Burning Man, I hear you're doing some driving.
Yeah, I get to drive the seven-headed fire-breathing dragon van. Oh, it's gonna be a blast. I will share pictures. It will be in the Discord, so go ahead and join the Discord. You can
Oh,
find
how
it
would
at
you
crossyaas.com.
the CrossYaas Confidential?
Yeah.
What's available in the CrossYaas Confidential? Like
Come say hi to
support.
me.
Kenzi's
Yeah.
there. You can say hi to Kenzi. I'm there
Come say hi to me.
sometimes. You can say hi to the many other CrossYaas listeners or CrossYaas participants.
Yes, or you can be angry with me and call me a crossy asshole. It's fine.
That's true. That's true. You could also like just lurk around like some folks do. It's okay.
Yeah, lurking's
It's but
fine.
it's lurking's fine, but to be honest, it's more fun being like visible and talking and stuff.
Yeah. So, any hoot, cross-dressing. Oh, for many years, but it really picked up in like 2017, 2018. Um, and I would have late nights at work, and I would bring a backpack full of goodies.
Mm.
I worked in Palo Alto, so downtowny area, and so I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna stay late. So like 5 o'clock comes, I'd run to the restrooms. It was a big building, it was shared. I would change out, I'd get my makeup done, and I would go walk around in downtown, and it was nerve wracking. It was so scary. Um, and I remember pinging Giselle, like one of the first person I ever talked to about that was related with this podcast. Oh my gosh! Like I know that you come up to Northern California to like do work stuff. Like any chance you're anywhere near Palo Alto, know anything about it? I didn't realize then that it was the default fucking answer, but it worked. So, and it was like, nobody cares. Just go. And I was like, oh, they don't? And I did. So, thanks, bitch.
You have to
So,
have
like,
a default answer like that.
oh my, it has changed my freaking life. We will get to that soon. But yeah, if y'all haven't seen the movie Yes Man, it can be Yes Man, Yes Woman. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Do it. Yes, ma'am. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh my gosh, that's what got me to go to Burning Man. Holy crap. Um. So anyway, so yeah, Giselle talked me into going out like in public for like the first time ever, and I'm pretty sure I was wearing this dress, and I don't know what else. Um. Oh, I was just shaking. I was so nervous, and it was fun. It was great. And the fun part about this was I would do this anytime I had a freaking chance. Here's where it gets fun. Um, so I was in like a three-story building, and I parked underneath in the garage, and I had like a key, an RFID key. Boop.
Mhm.
I thought I had 24 by 7 access. I was supposed to because I ran IT. We need that. Um, I got ready to go. I got all dressed up, looking all cute. And I went out, I went walking around, I got some dinner, I did whatever. I come back and I beat my key on the door. Boop. And no. And I went, what? And, and. Okay. My keys for my car are inside. My
Oh
car is
no.
parked in the parking garage. I'm stuck outside this building. Holy crap, what am I gonna do?
Mm.
Um, I was this close to calling the head of HR, who was my boss at the time, to get help. And I was like, oh crap. I figured out that if I took my card, I could go buzz into the garage, and then I could take my car, thankfully. But I didn't have my car keys. They were upstairs in the office. So I managed to get the card to the car, up to the first floor, and then my card opened the door for the staircase, and I managed to get up to the third floor and beep into the office area. Oh my gosh, that was a mistake I will never make again. I've never made again. Holy crap. So I did not make that mistake again the next time I did it, which was every other day as I possibly could. Except the next time I I was feeling all, high and happy, like, yeah, I did it. And a coworker was in the office, and here I am with like bright lipstick on, like face painted. I poke my head around the corner, and I go, Ajay, oh, bathroom, I gotta go, bye. Holy crap. He never said a word about it. Or the other time he caught me when I was getting in my car, full face of makeup. This is not a theme. No, not a theme. It's not a thing. I was just having fun. It didn't mean anything. That's
He
right
just
around
like
the
it's
time
just a stress reliever.
that absolutely, absolutely, and that was right around the time that I came home literally in this dress, and I had planned on pulling over at the base of the street, the beginning of the street, to change back into my normal guy clothes, and I go, no, it's kind of late. And I pull into the driveway. I park. The front door opens. Wife comes running out. I'm just like, oh no, you were not supposed to do this. Like, I needed to change in the driveway. What are you doing? I was like, what? Nothing. You're wearing a dress. So? She was embarrassed for herself, thinking that it would somehow reflect poorly on her, which is a weird train of thought, but honestly, I think a lot of partners of those that cross dress or trans or whatever um, probably understand. And so I say that because I'm sure those out there that are just cross dressers and it's not a thing, it's definitely not a thing.
Definitely
But
not.
if your partner doesn't necessarily they're not necessarily on board, they might have certain feelings about it that add up to a whole lot more than you realize. That's a good way to put it, right?
Mhm.
It would add up to more than you realize, and that's something that you both have to contend with.
Mhm.
So, any hoot, back to me because I'm important in the story.
Just a little
Um,
bit, just a little important.
yeah. So yeah, I've only been listening to this podcast since roughly the beginning, and I've only been on the Discord since I've been okay. I lurked for a
Roughly the
good year.
beginning.
I lurked for a good year or two before I bothered saying a word. Because I just wanted to listen. I wanted to soak in all the information. Because again, ADHD, autism, hooray! I have been diagnosed legally. Thank you. I just wanted to soak in all the information. I was so curious about how and why am I like this? Why am I different? Why are we different? What's the motivation behind it? Like what's happening? Um, and then at some point, for me, I go, it's because I am, and that stuck. Oh, that was the best thing ever. Um, so fast forwarding to my egg cracking in Vegas that time. Thanks, Alexis. Um, it just it just did. It just did. It did, and I knew I had to take a step forward. I knew I had to take a step forward, and I came home after that, and I had called the wife, and I was like, "Hey, I had just this huge mental like just thing. The floodgates opened." And she was like, "Well, thank you for telling me. We'll talk about it when you get home." And I'm like, "I don't think I can wait that long." Like I got home, I was just a mess on the floor. You had to shovel me off the floor.
Mm.
So Yeah, and I was like, hey, I think I want to start hormones. She's like, what does that mean? She thought it would be really fast. And I go, no, like, putting estrogen in a male body, like it takes a while and things don't go fast. She goes, oh, okay. Um, she goes, so do you have an appointment? I go, yeah, I just came from it. She goes, oh, are you going to start hormones? I go, yeah. She goes, when? I go, about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, hell of a way to tell her.
I know,
You
but that's
told her
when I
you wanted to
realized.
talk sooner. You did tell her you wanted to talk sooner.
And that, yeah, and that's when I realized, like, I really had to grab it by the horns and be like, look, this is my life, this is my thing. Now, look, I can't speak for anyone else's relationship or how things are working out between you guys, but mine was kind of falling apart, and it had been for years. And so we were at a point where I wouldn't have done it had things been going well, and we were working to make things go well, but they just weren't. And like we grew apart as far as like life goes. Like we really did, and it's not for lack of trying to stay connected and close. We still talk today. We're happy. We're fine. I had a good 30-minute conversation with her earlier. I talked with her for like an hour the other day, and we appreciate each other. We love each other as far as humans go, but not in the relationship type of way. So yeah, that was kind of the end. Now we jump back to where? I forget. I've gone back and forth so many times.
I know. We
I was
need
trying,
to go back
I
to
was
the
trying
red
to do
string.
this.
Where's that yarn at? Where's that red yarn?
It's right here.
Sure.
Oh shit! It's rainbow yarn. Oh, girl.
We got a magician over here.
Yeah. So really, okay. So we'll talk timeline. When
Shapeshifter,
I started,
magician.
when I realized, when I realized I had these tendencies, I was 4, 5. Oh my gosh! When I was young, I remembered, and I didn't remember this until like a couple years ago. Um, I remembered going to bed crying my ass off, saying, "When I wake up, I freaking better be either a girl or dead. Never wake up again. I either want to wake up a girl or not at all." And that went on for years, and my brain totally took that stuff, packed it up, and hid it away. Um, so yeah, that was really fun. That went on for a long time. And then, of course, in my teen years, I I totally forgot too. But here I am, trying on my friend's sister's clothes, any opportunity I got. Oh my gosh, my older sister, she was a cheerleader, and let me tell you, when I was small enough to fit in her cheerleader outfit,
You know the cheers
oh
too.
my god,
Let's see it. Let's see the cheer.
I can't. I don't bend anyway. But no, this one, that's for sure. Um, but yeah, no, that 100%. That was the thing. I even was the one that decorated her like the wooden box they cheer on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally not trans. Never, no. Yeah, and so being a teenager and that stuff, and then being in my 20s and whatever, I managed to repress it and push it down. Although there were most definitely times when I did things, but I can't quite remember them. Although I'm sure they were. Oh,
Uh-oh.
I don't want. Yeah, there's
Exclusive
one. Yeah.
update.
Yeah. Sorry, Anthony. Your ex-girlfriend. Those shoes. Oh my gosh, I tried them on. My foot was too big, but holy crap, did I walk around the living room? My roommate, his girlfriend. Oh my gosh, they were so freaking cute. But no, no, not trans. No.
Just a normal,
Crossdresser, what is that? I don't know
yeah,
anything about that.
just normal dude.
Yeah, totally. Just a
Just
normal
normal
dude,
dude.
just with a kink. So, you know, that's why I took such great offense when my now ex-wife said to me, "Hey, what's the difference between a crossdresser and a trans woman? I go, what? And she goes, how long now? 2 years? I was like, shit. Yeah, that hurt. There was denial. Turns out denial's not just a river in Egypt.
No, it's very vast. It's a very
So,
vast river.
so there's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, what stuck out? Let's dig in. Maybe I can dislodge more crazy memories.
So you're on hormones now, and you said it's almost been about 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Which so
Okay.
many
Yeah.
people
By the
would
way,
consider like doing HRT like a second puberty.
so that's fun. So, um, after I went to Vegas, thanks Alexis, and I got that makeover, and I knew how to do something. I once I came home, like it ruined my trip to DEF CON. By the way, any nerds listening, I was at DEF CON. I was at DEF CON, and I was so depressed and out of it that I did not enjoy DEF CON. Can you imagine? Nerds will get it. Oh my gosh. Oh, and extra fun. QueerCon was kind of co-hosted with DEF CON, and I showed up as Kenzi to QueerCon. I don't know how that happened. Um, and the best part was I was walking through an old colleague that I worked with. He's a goon, and he was there. And I'm walking through like the entryway, kind of whatever, and I see him, and I go, "Oh, hey Mike, what's up?" He looks at me and he goes, "Oh, hi." And I go, "Oh shit, I forgot what I'm wearing." I had my wig on, I had like all this, girly stuff.
Just
Oh my
outed
god.
yourself.
And the best part was cuz he's from the Bay Area. I know he was like into whatever cool scene cuz by the way, punk rockers are amazing. Um Never had any problems around them. Um yeah, and I go, oh crap, I forgot what I was wearing. He goes, what? You like to dress up? Like, whatever. He's like, you don't even want to know what I'm into. I'm like, ooh. He
Maybe I
goes, you going to
do.
QueerCon? You going to QueerCon? I'm like, yeah. So I did that, but he went about his duties. I said duty. But yeah, that was so fun. That was the first time I outed myself on accident. That was crazy. Oh, what a rush. Seeing somebody that well, dressed up to the max in a place that you don't live and they don't live, ooh, what a rush. I would
I
not
could
recommend it
I could only
because
imagine.
I thought, oh, he's gonna know me as me. Like, hey, Mike, what's up? Huh? Oh, it was crazy. So, any hoot.
So HRT, like I hear a lot of people talk about HRT kind of like a second puberty. Do you remember any of your first puberty?
I do.
Or are
I
you like me
remember.
and
I
because
remember
that's
a
one of
lot.
those memories that I have compacted and put in the back of my mind.
Right. I remember a lot of both of them. So, being like 13, 14, whatever, like, I remember hair growing on my arms and legs and just being kind of like, oh, like, why does it look like that? That's not great. Um, I don't remember much about, like, the mood swings or anything like that. Although I was most definitely a moody teenager, because teenagers are. Um, but the second puberty, I remember very well, relating back to the first one, albeit with differences. So I most definitely had the mood swings and the changes, in kind of attitude and whatnot. And the new stuff was hot flashes. That's something I've been getting a lot. And just as I try to get my hormone levels kind of regulated. So hot flashes and a lot of tingling. There's a lot of tingling happening and itching, as it turns out. When you start taking estrogen, turns out that a guy will have breast buds, and
A person will develop breast buds.
okay, anybody that's going through puberty and a
Probably.
guy that's going through, feminine hormone replacement, yeah, anyone on that side of the scale, yeah, they get itchy. I don't remember this happening when I was a guy,
Yeah.
back when I was. I like with quotes. Um, yeah, boobs get itchy and painful, and it turns out that when I like turn and lean on things, they run into stuff. So getting used to having things protruding from me, that's a whole new thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other things happen or change that you didn't think or know about or didn't expect?
Hmm. So many. Okay, so all right, so I am just about on my second birthday and BIHRT day,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
which was one of the reasons I wanted to celebrate with you and Sophie because we had big milestones when y'all came over. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so after basically 2 years of this, yeah, mostly emotional kind of thing. So I really started HRT because right like when my egg broke, my brain was just like nonstop like why can't you be a girl? You could be a girl. You could like hey, hello. So and that was because in 2015 when I moved up to Northern California, I met someone and I'm going to leave a shout out here in a moment. Um and I kind of like picked up cuz I pay attention to detail. Thanks ADHD. Um, I worked with a trans gal, and I was just like, oh, she exists. Wait, she exists as her, and nobody says anything, and nobody cares, and she can just be she, and that was fucking life changing to me. And the best part was, she came into my office one day. She goes, "Hey, just want to let you know that I'm transgender." I was like, "Okay, like
Dope.
like that's cool, like whatever." Because I thought being just cool and whatever would have been enough. I know differently now, um, but yeah, it didn't change anything, and it was just so crazy watching her just exist. And she had transitioned like a decade ago. We're the same age, so she had transitioned like a decade before even. Um, but yeah, as to the just being whatever, like yeah, cool. I did not know just how fucked politically trans people were. Because back then I thought it would be cool to be like, oh, you're trans? Okay, like that changes nothing between you and I. Whatever, let's move on with it. And now I know that being an ally is a whole fuck of a lot more than just being like, you exist, awesome, like that's cool. Because like I was always cool with everybody existing. Um, yeah, we need allies to actually stand up and be loud for us
Mm-hmm.
because it is that bad. It is that bad. And I've told her that after the fact. Like when I came out, she was the first person I came out to.
Oh,
I was like, Aaron, I think I'm trans too. And she's just like, yeah, I could feel it. I could sense that. Like, oh shit.
you have the
Ooh, that
aura.
reminds me. That reminds me. There's a fun story. Here's a fun story. Okay, so back when I was engaged. This was 2005 ish. It's been a while. I'm fucking old. Um, so I was engaged to my now ex-wife, and in their family there was this big kerfuffle, a whole thing. That's for Sarah. Kerfuffle. You Americans may not know it, but she will. There's a whole kerfuffle. It was all taffled up. Um, she'll know. Um, her uncle, many years later, after having married her aunt and having kids, came out as gay, and that was just like a huge scandalous thing for the family. And like it was just like I wasn't there for it. The family, oh my gosh, right? Or so I heard. I wasn't there. Um, but then I walk into this family, and this guy says to my now ex-wife, "Hey, you gotta think twice about marrying him. He's gay." And she told me that way later. I was like, "Oh, I'm gay? Fuck, close, so close, so close, so close, but not quite." Anyway, he falls.
Would you consider yourself gay now?
Damn it! I don't know.
Are you confused on the
I'm
sexuality
confused.
spectrum
I'm
like I am?
100% confused. 100% confused because with the hormones fluctuating and now I'm stable. I'm good. I'm happy. Um, I don't know what I want. I didn't even know until like 3 days ago that I had a libido still. If y'all join the Discord, you can go back in the NSFW channel and you can find out when I realized that I had a libido. Also, you can actually go back into the transitioning channel and you can watch me unravel in my egg crack in real time.
Mm-hmm. Mine too.
It's still
Mine
there.
too.
It's still there. Yeah, so that's fun. Uh, so yeah, enjoy that Discord. Join up, and then
So you found what little libido you have, and you were once called gay, being a being. I
I
mean,
was
I'm just
once
saying it
called
wrong because
gay.
trans woman,
I
but
was once called gay, marrying a woman, and yeah, I know.
so I mean, if you're a
But
trans woman and you're attracted to women, you
I
marry them.
know.
That's gay.
Exactly. So here's the fun part. If I wasn't gay then, I'm gay now, and if I'm not gay now, I was gay then. So like, it's kind of like, eh. But okay, so here's the best part. Here's the redeeming factor. One would assume that coming out, your in-law family would all just kind of be like, no, no, you're
Mm-hmm.
getting divorced, you're out. Guess who was the number one person that like, I'm with you 100%, I'm behind you all the way. I'm gonna follow you on Instagram. I'm here for you no matter what. It was him. Yeah. And I didn't realize until after that, holy crap, we had the same story. So, shout out Laco. I hope he doesn't hear this.
My in-laws have been my in-laws have been very supportive, or ex-in-laws or whatever. They've probably been like probably the most supportive people through my journey. I'm very lucky, very blessed.
Amazing. Mine have two. Mine have
You know,
two.
I always worried like, would they think that I was tricking their daughter, or embarrassing their family or her or whatever? But no, they've been so supportive,
That's amazing.
telling me
Yeah,
you'll always be part of the family.
yeah. Mine have been two. More so than my own, which is a whole other story that I may or may not have time to get into, but I don't talk to any direct family anymore because screw them. Um, but my in-laws. Okay, is it time for a diversion where I get to say about just saying yes?
Yeah, I mean you're directing this conversation,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I gotta say about yeah. Okay, so here it goes. All right, so remember the egg cracking thing? That's the most recent part. Egg cracked.
yes,
Egg cracked.
yes.
I go. Egg cracked. I go. Shit, I'm trans. And I just went, I'm going to go 100% forward with this. And I found an endocrinologist. I went to Santa Clara Medical Center. And I talked with somebody for a long time. And they said, okay, so do you want to start hormones? And I go, yes. And she goes, okay, when? And I went, huh? She goes, do you want to start today? And I was like, yep, yep, yep. She goes, okay, I'll send it to your pharmacy. And so on the way home from that, I went directly to the pharmacy and I pulled out my estrogen tablets and I popped them immediately. And I immediately felt relief. I felt so good. Oh my gosh. And at that point I knew it was, you know, I knew it was just in my head, which is fine. Which is fine. But the thing was, it was fine because it was something that I knew I had wanted for freaking ever, but never came to terms with actually wanting or actually taking a step forward in.
It's hard to give yourself that permission.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no. So perfect way to lead into this. So around that time, I had hit like mentally, emotionally, I hit at rock bottom. I was in just this horrendous just rut of depression. And let me tell you, it was so bad. I called the suicide hotline and they were overflowed with people. They hung up on me. I called the Trevor Project. I was too old. They overflowed. They hung up on me. And the thing that hurt the most was knowing there were so many kids out there hurting as bad as I did that couldn't have someone to talk to. Like, I'm a full grown adult. Like, I can kind of get by on my own. But the fact that any kid that called it that time couldn't get through. And this was like a Tuesday night at like 3 a.m. Like, what the hell? Oof. That shit hurt. That was insult on top of injury. Because as an adult, I think, okay, I can deal with things. I have resources. I know people. I can deal with stuff. But when I call the suicide hotline, and they're like, we're sorry, we can't talk with you. We're too busy. Fuck, that was insult on top of injury. And I know there's so many young people out there in so much a worse place than I was. So that really inspired me to just do more, to get out with my community, to learn, to meet community, and just be part of it. So there is an entire whole there's an entire whole positive arc to this that we can get to. Hooray! And yeah, so I hit that rock bottom, and you know, here's where it gets fun. So as I was looking for suicide hotlines and help and support groups and all that stuff, I found a couple that were local that were great. I found one locally here in Santa Cruz, and I still go mostly every weekend, and sometimes in person every Thursday. And Sophie does too. I've roped her ass in. I said, get in here. So going back a step, um, I realized that, like, if I didn't do anything with life, nothing would do to me. And it would just suck. And I went, you know what? I had seen that movie, Yes Man. You knew I was going to say it. Um, the movie
Yes.
itself didn't really mean much to me. It was funny, but whatever. Jim Carrey just says yes to everything. But I went, fuck it. I'm just going to say yes to things. I'm going to say yes to everything. And since then, I have started saying yes to basically everything I legitimately can say yes to and actually pull off, and I hold my end up on the bargain and I do things. So one of the first things was to go to a 10-week wellness class at the local gay center. I would never have done that, me, before. And and somehow I went and I met people, and it was great, and I got to work on myself, which is something I've rarely, no, never did. And there were so many other little things like that. And it was like Wednesday night, like a trans support group. I signed in, and it was so crazy because in Zoom, it still had my dead name, and they're like, "Hi, and who are you?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like I didn't even know my name. And for the record, I have legally changed my name, my
You're
passport, my birth certificate. I am Mackenzie. Oh yeah,
you're still figuring yourself out. You didn't know who you were yet.
I know, and they were totally cool with that. They were like, "Oh, okay. Well, what can we call you?" And I was like, "Oh, like that's a weird, pointed question. You never would have thought that before." But yeah. So saying yes to things has led to a crazy amount of good times. Um, and I think there's so many since transitioning. I keep saying yes to things, and for personal growth reasons, yeah, it keeps going and going and going and going. So now I don't want to show off in front of everybody, but I totally do.
What did you learn in that wellness retreat clinic thing? Did you pick anything up? Is there anything you could share that might be
No,
useful for others? Sorry,
not
people. Fuck you. You're on your own. Figure your own self. Get your own fucking therapy
no, no.
or wellness.
I was looking for my board, but no, I didn't. I didn't learn anything, and it's
Mm.
because I'm ADHD, and I did not. I tried. I promise I tried. I tried. I tried to learn things. I went every week, and they tried with me. But gosh, on that time they tried to do the mindfulness exercise, right? Which is, you would think being mindful is just like being mindful of things. No, it's sit down and shut the fuck up. And they go, "We're going to do a mindfulness exercise." And I go, "Okay." And I sit there, and they talk about breathing and close your eyes and be quiet and whatever. It was like 20 minutes. About 4 minutes in, my heart's going, and I'm like,
No,
"Nope,
thank you.
nope, nope, I can't do this. Nope." I actually got angry. I got angry. I got angry at their mindful exercise. That's when I knew for sure my brain's kind of weird. But, you know, yay. So,
Yeah.
there's that. There's that. But there's other things. Hmm.
Saying yes and doing things is
Saying
pretty
yes and
dope.
doing things.
Pretty
As
dope.
it
There's a
turns
reason I
out,
always tell people just to do it. If it's something that
yeah.
you feel like, I truly do feel like if it's something that I think that you know that you think would make you happy, or something you feel would bring happiness and joy to your life, like, do it within reason, as long as it's not gonna, like,
Oh.
not illegal or hurting some. I mean, within reason.
Oh. Yeah, I discarded that last bit.
What? Which part? I didn't
I
say
haven't heard
anything.
I haven't heard anyone, but I have said yes to a lot of things lately, and it's been absolutely amazing. Mostly because I'm willing to, and I'm looking to grow, and that has been amazing. Yeah, it's led to some really fun drugs, but those have been fun.
Nice, nice. So I know that there was just a recent podcast episode that come out that you were a part of. However, you were also kind of hiding out in the middle, or like in the background, keeping quiet.
Of
So
course.
let's talk about this trip a little bit.
That was on purpose. I don't want to be seen.
Well, now
I'm the
you're
full.
being seen. This is your
No, this
episode
is so.
now.
Okay, by the way, everybody watching, this is like the scariest shit I've ever done. Even saying yes,
What?
I went whitewater rafting. Why? I don't know, but I said yes. And here I am saying yes again. So I'm here. You're welcome.
Thank you. I didn't think I was that. I'm not that scary. I slept at your house. I can't be that scary.
Oh, damn, girl. Okay, so y'all have seen or heard the okay, nobody's seen it because I haven't finished the video. ADHD, sorry. It's still a work in progress and it will be for a while.
That's
Okay.
why. Sorry. That's why whenever I do videos, I have to like edit them immediately after the episode's recorded, or
Well,
it will not happen.
we kept talking about pictures and pictures of this and pictures of that, and I didn't want to leave people out. Hey, it'll happen someday. Maybe. It's kind of hard because I'm running on a Linux machine that's 100% open source software, and sometimes it's slacking behind the paid products.
Yeah.
By the way, and I'm an open source nerd.
I use Shotcut for video editing.
Yeah, I've been using Linux since like 2001. I just never went back. So anyway, okay. So we were talking about this random meeting of gals from the that met over the podcast, and they ended up in my house. Amazing. Okay, so I kept joking and poking and prodding. Oh yeah, no, San Francisco Pride's coming up. Alexis, stop flying to Las Vegas. You should come over here. We'll go to San Francisco Pride. It's like one of the 3 biggest ones in the world. And then it was like, hey, Billy, you're only like a 5-hour drive away. How long did it take?
About 5 or 6 hours.
5 or 6, yeah. Ouch. I appreciate you driving that much. Oh my gosh. I've done that drive so much because I used to live in Southern California. But yeah, and it was like, oh, hey, Billy, you're not terribly far away. And then who else? Well, Kasha's right over here in East Bay.
Oh yeah, the girl with the boots. The girl with the boots.
The girl. Sorry. The girl with the boots. Girl with the boots in East Bay. Like that's not terribly far, is it?
She brought those boots with her.
Oh my
every
gosh.
day.
It is kind of far. It is kind of far because I'm gonna go hang out with a friend in North Bay in a couple days. Oh my gosh, it's far. It's far. It's far. You would think that just this bay is not that far. It's big. California's gigantic, y'all. Gigantic, y'all.
It's hella
And then
far.
Sophie, who is more or less my neighbor, but took roughly 5 years to finally meet me in person.
Now she can't get enough of you, right?
I mean, we've been hanging out every week. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything's happening, but nothing's happening.
I mean, I did watch her rub your body down in your bed.
I did watch her rub yours down in my bed too, so remember, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, it's fine.
It's all PG.
Hey bitch, what's up? Totally PG. Totally PG. So yeah. Uh-oh. Trying to reconnect.
I lost you right at the. I lost you right at the wink. Right at the wink.
All I said was.
And then you went frozen.
Yeah.
End of episode.
And now it's back. It's okay. Don't worry. Nothing's happening between Sophie and I. Nothing. It's okay.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
We all know this. It's just fun. We're just having fun. Relax. Nothing. At this point, it's just hilarious joking about it. I don't even know. Sophie, let me know.
Come on, Sophie, make a choice.
I'm single.
Me
You have-
too.
Oh shit, we fighting now?
Well, you've more room.
So,
I mean, you're closer, and whatever. I don't do long distance anyway. It doesn't work out.
oh, okay, what were we? What were we talking
So
about?
I drove up there. I arrived like Wednesday or Thursday. It was
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, you
Yeah, because
drove up Thursday, and
I was
then
originally gonna come Wednesday, but I decided something else.
cut to other podcasts that describes the entire thing.
Yeah,
Go
so I'm
back.
not gonna go into
back an
like
episode.
great detail for that. But I do want to say that I'm very grateful for your hosting and your hospitality, and I am a little disappointed that I didn't get the cheesecake.
I know you should be. You should be. I'm sorry. I wish I had had the mustard to do it beforehand. I
It's okay.
tried.
I saw you starting to make it like 20 times.
No, I kept trying. Well, anyway, I am so glad you made it. Holy shit, that was amazing. I know it was a huge long drive. That's what she said. Um,
That is what she said.
I'm so glad you made it. That's awesome. So I really appreciate that. You got to come hang out with all of us, and that made the party.
Yeah,
Like
I'm glad I made it.
all these crazy bitches from all over the place. Yeah, it was great.
I thought
Oh,
it was so funny to me whenever I was there. That the next morning, whenever I went with Sophie to pick up Alexis,
uh huh.
and we went to the grocery store, and like I didn't even think anything of it. Like it's just like I don't know. I'm just like we're going to the grocery store, big fucking deal, whatever.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about Sophie, not even thinking about it being like her first time at the fucking grocery store. How did she not
Right?
say anything before we even went in? How did she not warn me?
Because she was ready. She was so ready.
And then like, what a hell of a jump to go from like first
I
time at the grocery store to like the world's biggest trans march.
Right? Like that was the biggest thing to me was all the firsts. Everybody. Okay, now if I imagine myself here, and you're ahead of me because you're like 3 years in, I'm 2 years in, and Kasha and Sophie are there, and Alexis somewhere around here.
Mm-hmm. You're like way over
Okay,
here.
like, but I didn't think about any of that. I assumed we were all here and safe and happy and comfortable to just go to the store, go to the march, do all the things. And I knew that if anybody was uncomfortable, the rest of us being comfortable would make them comfortable. But I didn't actually think about just how much uncomfortableness there was.
Yeah,
So finding that out later was crazy.
it didn't even come to me or occur to me or come to my thoughts because I'm so comfortable just
Yeah.
in my skin, It kind of, in a weird way, it put me back, in that space where I was afraid of like going out and doing stuff.
Yeah. It's
I
kind of
wish I wish I had somebody with like the confidence that I have to go and do those things with me and just be like, it's no big deal,
Don't we
whatever.
all? Don't
Fucking
we
do it.
all? Oh my gosh. So, to speak about confidence for saying yes to do things, ma'am, I think your normal yes thing is just fuck it, do it. Mine has been just say yes no matter what. Who else? Who else has a hell yeah? Oh, yeah. Sarah says fuck it. Hey Sarah.
Yeah. Giselle has the nobody cares.
That worked. That worked on me. Giselle said nobody cares to me, and I thought, really? Nobody cares? And I went outside. That was for my very first time. That was because of Giselle. Crazy.
Which honestly, I think it still applies for the most part.
It still does, but in my brain, it's like, holy shit! Like, how? So it's kind of a fun craziness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you had any since like coming out and being so, I guess, public? I guess that's word I'm gonna go with. Um, has it been mostly positive, or have you had any like negative interactions?
That is a good question, and we will get into the nasty, unfun stuff.
Mm.
So, okay, let's see. So, I was working remotely. I'm in tech. Um, I first came out to my now ex-wife, and I remember telling her, "Hey, um, I'm non-binary," and that was kind of my like, I'm definitely not a guy. I'm not sure what I am, but I am that. And we started working on things, and as I did that, and I kept doing very girly things, she goes, "Hey, if you're non-binary, you should like you might want to find yourself kind of in the middle of kind of whatever." And I went, "No, if I'm non-binary, I can be dude and I can be chintzy ass girl." And she goes, "You might want to think about that." So, any hoot, that was that's what helped me realize, oh yeah, no, I'm a trans woman. Hey, guess what, everybody? I'm a trans woman. That was a big thing to say out loud. That was a big thing that I said out loud in the CrossYaas Discord. For the first time ever, I said that. If you search my name, you will see that I said I want to be perceived as a woman in that channel. Oh, I just remembered that right now. How cute. Um. Okay, what were we asking about? I went way off track.
I asked if you had any like since transitioning and
Huh?
being public and outwardly Kinsey everywhere. Have you run into any negative or positive experiences?
Oh, let me tell you about work. Oh, that was fun. That's a scary thing for a lot of trans gals, for sure. Um, I went several months growing the boobus, um, and the hair and keeping the face clean and all that jazz. And I worked remotely for a tech company, so it was basically like they would see me every day for like an hour or two remotely through a camera, and I started wearing more and more girly things. And this was the fun part. I started wearing more like V-necks and like boat necks and stuff. And then, and then one of the days, my coworker Jay goes, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt from? I really want one, but I can't find it." And I sent him a message. I go, dude, I found it in the women's section for reasons that may become clear in the next few months. He said nothing. Um,
Mm,
Months later, I had talked to my boss. She was awesome. I talked to HR. She was awesome. I was like, I need to come out. I need to be Kenzie every day nonstop, no matter what. Because I had been on hormones. Like, I didn't feel right being addressed with my dead name. Ew, I hate that name. Um, so, oh, so great. So, my boss actually gave me time to address the crew, my squad, and tell them. And everybody was like, "Oh, okay. We got the we got the note. We got the message. We're good." And it was 100% good ever since then.
nice. So
I
let's
feel like I went
see.
way off the question.
You did. That's okay though. It's one of those. It's one
MVP.
of those episodes. You got
It's
to
okay.
follow the red string. Got to follow the red string. As a parent, you're a parent,
I
right?
am
You're a
I am
trans parent.
apparently I am a parent. Yeah. Oh,
Has
that's a
there been
fun
any?
story.
I know that's typically an issue of like fear and hiding and all that fun stuff. When you have
I do.
kids and transitioning or being cross dresser or whatever. How has
Yes.
that been for you?
I have a story and it's gonna make me cry again.
Tell it. Let's hear you cry. Let's watch you
I'm almost,
cry.
I'm almost crying now. Okay, so for many years, I had, as guys do, randomly worn nail polish of various colors, not just black, um, leggings and stuff of that sort. I never wore like a dress or a skirt because guys don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, one day I went down after my egg cracked and I started hormones. I went down to my kid's room and I go, "Hey, I gotta talk to you." He's like, "Okay, what's up?" I go, "Hey, I'm like non-binary." He goes, "Okay." I was like, "Do you know what that means?" He goes, "Yeah, it means this and that." Yeah, I go, "Yeah, you're right. Okay." And he just kind of took it like with a grin, like whatever. Like I have tons of friends that are in that spectrum, like whatever. Then another day, and this was after. Okay, so when my egg cracked, my acknowledgement for me was that I was non-binary, that I could be femme-ish, but still the guy that I always was. Um, oh, I quickly realized that I could not be. I could not be a, a femme guy that was sometimes a guy, but whatever. Um, so anyway, I go down there. I go, "Hey, we need to talk." He goes, "I don't want to talk." I go, "Oh, bitch, listen to me." He's like, "Fine." I go, "Hey." I go, I'm I'm like transgender, like trans femme. He's like, "Okay." I go, "Do you know what that means?" He goes, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And I was like, "Really?"
I know more about gender than you do. Come on.
Fucking nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Why are you so
Fucking nailed,
ignorant on gender and
fucking nailed
sexuality?
it.
Come on.
Absolutely. He goes, ah. He goes, "Father's a role, not a gender." And I goes, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Are you surprised that I'm not surprised?" And I was like, "Shit, I guess I haven't been hiding it well." But yeah, it's basically changed nothing. Except he's tired of hearing about my stories hanging out with queer people. Mostly because that's all I do.
That
Like I
seems
went
like
to
a
a, yeah,
normal kid thing though. I don't really want to hear what my parents are
exactly.
doing all the time.
Right? Exactly. I mean, the fact that he goes, "Father's a gender, not a, or as a role, not a gender." I was like, "Huh?" I fucking thought I was gonna lose him. It fucking broke me.
Mm.
Just worrying about coming out to my kid, and at that point he was 16. Oh my gosh, it hurt so much because I thought I'm gonna lose this kid. Like he's gonna hate me. Um, and I totally broke. So, which is okay. It's okay. Let them out. Feel your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, he was just like, I'm not surprised. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, give me a hug." He's like, "Okay." And then I beat him at arm wrestling.
Can you still beat him at arm wrestling?
Yes.
What a wuss.
You tell him that. He's a
I
gym rat.
will. I will. Strong too.
I still have
Does
some.
doesn't look
I
very used
wish,
to it, but
I wish this
still
would
there.
go away. It hasn't.
Right? Right?
Damn. You buff, girl.
I
Damn.
know. I know.
Mm.
That's why people don't fuck with me.
That's why people don't fuck me. With
Probably
me.
that too
With
as
me.
well. Probably
With
that
me.
too as well.
Yeah. All right. Hey, what's next? I think I've run out of bullet points.
Is that all your bullet points?
Which means we're freestyle now. We're gonna go crazy. Do it.
Uh-oh.
Do it. Let's go crazy. You tell me.
Um, I don't know. I don't really go all that crazy. We were talking about getting having kids earlier. You're telling me not to have kids, and I'm like, I can't.
That was
Um,
that was a joke, by the way.
I know, but I can't. I mean, I
You
guess
can
there's a
adopt.
possibility that I could have kids, but it's like very, 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 very low. I would say like a 0.000.
It depends on how much you want them. Because if you really wanted one, you would find a way. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to like negate the fact that you are missing a womb. You and I are both missing wombs, but that's okay. There's
I'm
plenty of ways
also
to
like
obtain a
almost
child.
I'm almost 40 and I don't have a womb, of course.
You're almost 40.
I don't really I know, right? And it's so gross.
You're so fucking
I
young.
don't really produce sperm anymore. I mean, I guess there's that like possibility or so I hear.
Right. But, you know,
But here's the real kicker, and this is like the real reason that I won't be having kids is because I don't like have sex. So
none
it's
of
a
that
non-issue.
actually
Non-issue.
none of that actually matters, by the way. You could
That's
totally have a kid by adopting from somebody that has sex. You know what I
that's
mean?
not no.
That,
That's not
that that's what I'm
happening.
getting at. Is you don't have to be like a natal parent to be a parent. You can be a parent. You could totally adopt someone or marry someone that has a kid, and all of that would be amazing. It doesn't change anything. You being a parent, you're still a parent. So that was what I was getting at. If you missed the context clues, um, girl, you can have babies. It, it could be amazing, or it can suck. It depends on the kid. And
I'm
there's
already a
no way to
proud
tell.
trans. I'm already a proud trans mama of lots of trans and trans adjacent individuals.
That's right, trans mama.
I know they were calling you the trans mom or whatever, but
No, I gotta
like, let's be real.
let's be real. I gotta
Let's
blame
be real.
you. I gotta blame you, or really, I gotta blame Giselle.
Giselle, it's all Giselle's fault.
I gotta blame Giselle for starting all of this. Hey, girl.
If you had one thing to say to Giselle, what would you tell her?
You're right. Nobody cares. The first time I ever got called she, her was after I was super nervous and I hit up Giselle. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm dressed up. I'm in Palo Alto. I can walk around downtown because of work. And she goes, fucking do it. Whatever. Nobody cares. And I was like, they don't? She's like, fuck it. Who cares? And I did not take that as a brush off.
She's like, just leave me alone. I'm trying to do my shit.
Exactly. Exactly. But to
What a
me, it meant
bitch. What a
everything.
bitch.
And I went, nobody cares? Nobody cares. And I went out and I got ice cream sandwiches with gluten-free cookies. And they called me ma'am. And I felt fucking amazing. And was it specifically because of Giselle? Yeah, 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 it was. It was. But did I learn why she said that? Yeah. So you bitches out there, go. Go outside. Enjoy life. Get out there. No one will care. You know what? That's one thing I've learned being trans now, and it feels so weird between being a cross-dresser and being trans. The difference is I go outside. Like that's it. That's it. I
hmm
go outside as me. I go
hmm
outside as Kenzie, and my legal name is Kenzie.
You know that hey, I was just thinking too. I was just thinking that whole like nobody cares thing. I actually feel with especially like within the recent last year or two, with me being out and active and all that shit. I feel that me, at least for myself, and probably even you, like other trans folks as well, like being out and visible, people do care about that.
Yeah, being seen.
And the people that like do care about that, are those trans youth that you were talking about earlier that can't reach the suicide hotlines, that are seeking out people that are like them, that we didn't, the people that we didn't have growing up.
Fuck. Yeah.
Your visibility is there, so you can be found by like-minded individuals, and I guarantee you that they care.
Younger me that never knew.
Younger you would guarantee would care.
I never had the words. That's the crazy part. I've met so many people around my age going to trans support groups, and why? It's because we went our entire lives not having the words to describe how we felt. So many of us. I'm a month older than Sophie. The same freaking age. We could have known, we could have embraced, we could have been ourselves from days, I was 4 years old. 4 years old, I could have been me. But instead it took 38 years. Shit. That fucking hurts. That's a lot. But the fact that these kids are learning more, by the way, to go back to my kid topic, he's got friends that are in the alphabet mafia, and this is where it gets fun. You've seen my house. You've seen inside. I have this big like vaulted loft area.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a trans flag, like a big angry trans flag. Oh, hang on. Oh, I can't reach it, but you can look at my armpit hair. I have a big trans flag right behind my computer. Trans flag, pride flag, all this stuff, and it's just very much. Oh yeah, you can see this one. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh! Don't fall,
We
bitch.
saw some other stuff we weren't supposed to see. Ooh,
Yes,
that's for the
and-
Patreon. That's for the Patreon. If you want to
Cut this.
support the
Cut and
podcast, you
paste.
can support the podcast at the Patreon website.
You should definitely support this podcast on the Patreon.
Eventually, there'll be new content. I don't have access to it though, so I don't really put anything out for it. I'm sorry.
If only somebody would give you that access, and you had
I
podcast
know.
2.0, so you could stream sats to it. If only you knew a nerdy person that could help. Wink, wink. So,
No, they're so far apart.
Okay,
They're so far away.
so back to the fun part. The fun part, and is my kiddo knows people that are in the alphabet mafia, and they have done the things, and he's gone to, is it GLAD or like GLB, whatever meetings, whatever the queer clubs are at school, and he started going to those with his friends. And this was back before I came out, and it's so crazy because at one point he did mention, he's like, I'm not sure about like how I feel like about my gender, and I was like, I took him aside. I go, hey buddy, me either. I gotta tell you something. You've seen me running around like in leggings and stuff. Like, there's a reason for that. He's like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, my gender, like, I feel weird about my own, so like you shouldn't feel weird about yours. And I think that led up to when I came out to him for real, saying, "Hey, I'm a trans woman." Him saying, "Yeah, I'm not surprised." So that was fun. So yeah, kids being aware, kids knowing things, kids having words we didn't have. I didn't fucking have that word. It wasn't until 2015 that I met somebody that I worked with that was trans, and she didn't even tell me for like a year or two. I just figured it out in my own head, and I was just like, no shit. Like, she's trans, but she just exists. She exists as herself, and that doesn't change anything. And we still went and got shitty burritos from the food truck every day. It changed nothing. And then she came out to me, and it changed nothing. And we still talk to this day. And she sends me shitty memes, and I yell at her about it. Sorry, Aaron. But yeah, I'll send you this. You're the one.
It's all your fault.
So yeah.
You and your trans agenda over here, trying to take all them cross-dressers and making them trans or whatever.
You know what? As long as it doesn't have to do with shit pants, stupid memes, then I'm fine with it. If you don't know, be happy you don't. Don't worry, they suck. So yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm well.
I think I got a lot out. I got a lot out of me. I'm
You
feeling
feel
good.
better? You feel better?
I feel better. Oh my gosh, I got so much story out. That's
Okay.
good.
Well, let's go ahead and we're getting up to about an hour 40, so let's go ahead and start wrapping it up, and then I guarantee you'll think of some things later on. You'll be like, "Damn, I wish I would have talked about this. I wish I would have talked about that," because that's what always happens.
You're right. I'm gonna say yes about saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great way to wrap it up. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Shall I?
Oh, I
So,
think there's something else that we should say to fully end this,
uh-oh. What
and
else?
it's something that you were wanting to bring back.
What
That's
did I-
Giselle. It's Giselle's slogan, not mine. But I'm also okay with
Oh,
it.
oh, that part. Yeah, no, I was gonna talk about saying yes to things and how that has changed my life. Just hitting rock bottom and then just saying yes to anything and everything and just finding myself in really fun places. Like going to Burning Man and going to trans support groups and going to like wellness classes at the gay center and that kind of thing.
My biggest takeaway is to say yes to yourself.
Yes. Say yes.
Yes. Say yes to yourself. Keep it fresh. Stay blessed, and remember, you're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
That's what Giselle always says, but that's not really my outro. But you should
I
still
know.
keep it fresh. Stay blessed.
We should.
Remember
But in the
that you're
perfect world,
gorgeous.
but in a perfect world of cross-dressing and what was the rest of that line?
I don't even
In a perfect
remember.
world of cross-dressing and yada yada yada, how do you see it?
How would you? Well, okay, well, we can end on that question. In the perfect world of cross-dressing or gender or being trans or whatever, how would you see it?
I want to pick that shit from birth. I'd have been ooh so much happier.
Right?
I didn't get asked to
Just
be here. At least if I had a choice in something, it'd be great. And I know since like 3 or 4 years old, I was crying myself to sleep at night every freaking night because I was in the wrong body. Who'd have thought? Who'd have
right?
thought? Who'd have
Same,
thought? That answer would have fixed it.
same. It's real sad, real sad. But you know, I'm very, very happy to see Kenzi now being visible and out there and
I exist.
existing.
I exist. That's crazy.
Say yes to
I never would
yourself.
have thought. Say yes to everything, including drugs. Wait, I mean,
The CrossYaas podcast doesn't
wait,
doesn't
wait.
condone those. Maybe some, I don't know.
Here we go. Everything in moderation, including moderation. There it is.
Okay, and that's it. That's the episode. All
Good
right.
night, everybody.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming on the podcast. Bye.